Alright friends, so last week we worked on letters A through G, lowercase. Today we are going to do H, I, and J. So, with a regular print H, looks like this. A cursive H is very simple. You're going to start at the baseline on the left, and you're going to slant up all the way to the top on the right. Once you get to the top, you're going to make a slight loop and come straight down. Then you're going to follow that same line about halfway where the two lines intersect. And you're going to make a little hump and end with the tail. Just like always, that tail should not come too high. Okay, I'm going to make a row of H's. And I'm going to cross off the one that I feel like is not my best, and I'm going to put a check mark by the one I feel like is the best one. Okay, moving on to I. Lowercase I. Lowercase I is very simple. This is one of the ones that you do actually have to pick up your pencil to do because you have to add the dot. However, when you are writing a whole word, you write the entire word first, and then you go back and add the dot, and I'll show you an example in just a minute. But with a regular cursive I, you're going to start at the left. You're going to go about up to the midpoint, follow that same line back. Kind of looks like there's a little gap here, and then you add the point. Okay, so I'm going to do a row of I's. Okay, and I'm going to choose my best one and cross off the one I don't feel is very good. Okay, J, moving on to J. J is very similar to I in the fact that you need to pick up your pencil to add the dot, but just like I, if you were writing an entire word, you would not add the dot until you're completely done with the word. So, lowercase j actually starts very similar to an I, except you go below the baseline, and then you add the dot. So be careful that this little loop is not too large. Do that again. Go below the baseline, following that back up, ending with a tail, dot. Okay, I'm going to cross off my worst one, and I'm going to check off my best one. And now we're going to practice combining. So I'm going to try and combine either using the I or the J, so I can show you what I was saying before about adding the dot at the end. So let's do B, I, and let's do H. I know that's not a word, but at this point it doesn't really matter. If you remember B, looks like this, and I'm going to use that to connect to my I. Actually, I can make big since I know how to do a G. Okay, here is big. Once I'm done, completely done with the word, I go back and add my dot. So, watch again. If I make my B, I need to be careful to follow the same lines rather than pick up my pen. So that tail connects to the I, the tail on the I connects to the D, but we're going to go this way first to the right. I'm going to follow that same line across. Just trace over what I already did to make the loop in the G. Follow it down, add the dot at the end. Okay. And so what I would suggest that you do is with the letters we have learned so far, practice putting them together. Definitely practice with the I and the J so that you can practice doing the whole word and then adding the dot. I'm going to do one more word. Let's do one with a J this time. Let's do J, A, and B. So my J looks like this. I'm using the end of my J to make my A, follow that line across. That tail becomes my B. There is my jab. I'm done with the word. I can go back and add my dot. And there we have it.